What is cracking, boys and girls? It's your boy Trey coming back again. We're having ourselves a day. If you missed it yesterday, I've got a great announcement for you. It is that I will be here for the next 30 days, live streaming, making videos full time. I'll be here. I'll be chilling. We'll all be chilling, having a great time. And today, AMC is up 8% on the day. It's pretty good. It's not a bad little day here. We are going to be bringing on TMI. Until then, current short interest on AMC staying about the same, 21.27% or so. I'm going to pull this up on the estimated short interest of free float. You can see that overall trend line still trending upwards. We are at that 21.79 here, 21.27 here. It's a decrease, I should say, 2.37%. Days to cover, still very high. This is the ratio between average volume on the day and short interest. And you can take it on different time frames. This one is a 3-month, so it takes short interest divided by the 3-month daily average volume. And it gives you basically how hard it is for shorts to get out of positions because of current liquidity in a stock. Security lending volume. Look at this. Woo! This was talked about earlier in my, and I'm going to show FTDs as well in just a second here. But the security lending volume, what you see here is just pretty consistent, right? It bops up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. There's two sort of options here, right? What do you see? Let's diagnose this huge bar. 69.97 million total shares on security lending volume. Significantly higher than you've seen pretty much ever. You come back here when probably, this is most likely, you had some lending that took place to short after it hit $72 or whatever. That reached 43.22 million. All of a sudden, 69.97 million total security lending volume I think it was yesterday, February 7th. Yeah. Yesterday, there was a crap ton of security lending that took place with AMC, which you can only assume means two things. First off, this could be a glitch. Maybe this is an Ortex mishap. It's happened before. We know how reliable data can be at times. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not. I think more often than not, you're getting a lagging indicator or sometimes a half of a picture, right? Or this is true, in which case, if this is legitimate, it means that a lot of either institutions, banks were lending out shares against AMC, maybe for shorting, maybe just to accrue some interest, maybe they can rehypothecate those shares and then lend them out themselves, whatever. There's a bunch of different ways that could work, but nonetheless, that is a crap ton of lending volume, which brings me over to failure to delivers. I'm going to show you guys this. Nothing really popping up on Ortex as of right now. I'm going to send this to TMI. Hold up one sec. Yo, can you hear me all right?
I can. What is popping?
It's another day, brother. It's another day. Just chilling. It's been a pretty decent day here for AMC, and I figured we could sit down and chat for an hour just about whatever's going on.
I like it. So this morning I had to talk with the live feed, and I said, hey guys, look, chances are we're in a downward falling wedge. We're heading down right now, just the overall trajectory, right? But there's an opportunity for us to potentially break out. I don't think we're there yet, but this is definitely showing that there is strength. This is definitely showing that there is a reaction to fundamentals being in the market, right? So we saw a huge run up with the early update with the earnings. We saw a beautiful run up. We saw a huge reaction to GameStop potentially even having some sort of new e-commerce platform on the app, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that there's a lot of reactions to stock with fundamental value, which is amazing because we're about to head into earnings season. Now, heading into earnings season and the timing, the rate hike, it's kind of almost looking like a perfect storm for us, just to reverse trend, not squeeze, not MOAS, nothing crazy, right? But just get out of this freaking funk that the stock has been in, this negative trajectory that we've been seeing. And I think that looking at today, saying, hey, look, we have positive reactions, we get good news now, is what I want to see. So I'm very happy. I don't care if we go up and come back down. But what I want to see is when we have good news, the stock moves like we have good news. I'm tired of seeing good news and the stock goes the inverse direction. You know what I mean?
So you just mentioned fundamentals, and we haven't talked about this too much on I don't think live together. What's sort of your take on fundamentals? I've given my piece on it. Where I think the stock price is fundamentally, and also why mention fundamentals? Do you believe that matters at this point in the game? Do you think that we should be paying attention to, or I should be paying attention to the fundamentals of AMC? Right. I just kind of want your take on that.
Okay, live chat. You guys are listening right now. If you are here for a short squeeze play, please do put diamonds in the chat. If you are currently here for a short squeeze play, put diamonds in the chat, just diamonds. Okay. So everyone, for the next 30 seconds, look at the live chat and see how many diamonds are currently in the chat. If you're in AMC and you're looking in AMC or GME and you're looking for a short squeeze play, put diamonds in the chat. Take a look at this, right? So when you look at the chat right now, you're going to start seeing a extremely bullish flow of diamonds flowing in here, because you're going to see people that are looking specifically for a short squeeze play. But this does also highlight something else to me, right? Which means if everyone here has been looking for a short squeeze play, then everyone here has been in the play for at least a couple months, right? Which means if we're looking for new money, if we're looking for additional funds, if we're looking for additional buying pressure, where is that coming from? Everyone that's in here for the short squeeze play is already invested in the stock.
Right.
So when you talk about fundamentals, if this stock already is a short squeeze play that is predetermined going to happen. Now, whether it's MOAS or not, people can have different discussions of what that looks like, but just simply shorts will cover their positions in the stock, and the stock will obviously react in a positive way to that. If they're going to have additional buying pressure coming in because of a fundamental play, then I welcome it. If you want to come in and buy the stock that you perceive as undervalued, come in and kickstart this boulder on the hill, and let's get this ball rolling. You know what I mean? I don't care what the reason is for it, whether it's a short squeeze or fundamental. I just want buying pressure. We need to kickstart this bad boy to get off the ground. If you want to come in here for a short squeeze play, sure. If you want to come in here for a fundamental play, sure. To me, the worst case scenario for the shorts is to have both buying long. You don't want to have people that are coming in here from a fundamental perspective, because those are bigger whales, as well as those coming in for a short squeeze, which are retail. Those combined against shorts, to me, is a perfect scenario, right? I don't really care why people are here. I just want more people on our side. And when people leave, that's fine, because 10 times more people will be coming in for a short squeeze play than the 1% they'll be leaving from their little fundamental 10%, 15% run up. I'm cool with that.
So essentially what I'm gathering, right, to break this down in the thought process that I think what you're trying to construe is the money that's tied into AMC, right? I see a million diamond balls in the chat. There's a lot of people with some diamond nippies and I don't know, maybe we'd call them bippies, the little the acorns down there. A lot of people, right, already tied up into this. So the money that's in it is in it, and you need something else basically to kickstart the play, which would be, let's say, fundamentals. There's also the argument of this, right? Fundamentals don't matter because eventually shorts will just cover. What do you think of that? What's your take on it?
So
I'm still listening, by the way.
No, you're good. You're good. Fundamentals don't matter. Fundamentals don't matter from the perspective of a short squeeze play. Sure. Shorts will cover. Sure. That's not my thing. My thing is this. The feedback that I get is that people are tired, right? The feedback that I get is that people have been in this play for a long period of time when they thought it was only going to be a few weeks. So my thing is this. Man. I'm telling it to you straight. I'll tell it to you straight. My thing is this. If people want action now, then right now there is a fundamental play to me. I made a video in May 2021, and I said AMC just got a price rating of $13 and is currently listed at I think it was just below $10. And the video was called Tell a Friend. Tell a friend about AMC because AMC has a 30% upside. And I said, don't tell them about MOAS, don't tell them about short squeeze. Just simply speak to them about the fundamental upside to a 30% trade over the next 360 days. Because that is going to be the actual case for the everyday person. Now, the fact that after May, AMC ran all the way up to 72, there were a lot of people that were very happy that came in there for a 30% play that ended up going up 700%. I think once people are in the play from a fundamental perspective, they'll start to clue in on, oh, this is also very highly shorted. But from the outside, if they're just looking at a short squeeze play off the top, no, they're not gonna like it. They got to show up. They have to do the research. They have to be invested. They have to actually want to be in this play. I think fundamentals will get people in the play. Short squeeze will keep people in the play.
What's interesting about that is the people who come in for, let's say right now, right? Let's say you're looking at AMC. I'm just going to show the chart chat so you can see this. You're coming in right now. You see that it's at $16. My personal opinion, I believe that fundamental value for AMC, this is undervalued for the current moment. I think if you were looking at this at face value, you don't have the short-term bear market that you see. You don't have IWM shorted 50%. You don't have a short-term, possibility of a recession, right? AMC's at $20 at fair value, quote unquote, for the current balance sheets that they have and for the current following that they've got, investors that they've got, right? So I believe it's undervalued. Those people who are to buy right now for, let's just say, fundamental reasons, such as for me, I would always tell people when it was at $5, $6, $7, $8 back between January and March, I'd say worst case scenario, I think you're looking at a $20 to $25 stock. Best case scenario, you're looking at a stock that squeezes and it does something pretty nasty. It seems like we've come back to essentially that January to March sort of time frame where risk for a long is actually much smaller than it was 3 months ago, or even there's more upside, you could say, for a long position at $16 versus a short. The risk is much greater than it's really ever been. Is that kind of like what you're getting across here? Is like it's a much sexier buy maybe than it was a month ago risk wise? Is that kind of what you're getting at?
Okay, so yes, that is what I'm getting at. I thought the question was more so my opinion on
fundamentals, right?
The fundamental or
sure.
So I think if it's either or, I don't think we need to ask the question of either or. I think either or is where retail loses, right? If someone wants to buy the stock, let them buy the stock.
That's not my money, bro. You do.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't think we should tell people, hey, you should only come here if you're going to be a squeeze play, because once the stock starts running, people will realize what the hell is going on.
But I was, before you hopped in, I was looking at something that I found to be interesting, and it's the security lending volume. Have you looked at this at all today?
I have not recently.
So check this out. I've got Ortex pulled up. I've got this up on my stream. It's an option that Ortex has available for current data. And I was looking at it yesterday. You can see February 7th, 2022, a huge spike in security lending volume. You compare this to the rest of the past, you could say, year, all the way back to February of 2021. You've never seen a spike like this, even when AMC hit $72. And you can see this spike right here. Personally, obviously we can only take an educated guess, but I was guessing that, you saw that $43 million or 43 million share spike on security lending because it just hit basically an all-time high, and there were shorts that were betting on that being the top, and they tried to get in, whatever. But now you have this huge bump. So what I kind of thought was like two options. First one is this could be a glitch. We've seen it with Ortex. It's possible, right? We have to consider that. Second one being that for whatever reason or another, shorts are piling into this right now as if this is it's got more downside. But I don't know how much more this can really go down. Like I really don't see much more low on this. I mean, I'm kind of watching $12 in the short medium term while we're looking at this small mid cap sort of hammer session that's happened with basically the entire IWM, Russell 2000, whatever. But I don't know. I find this to be an interesting piece of information, almost the same as like if you look at estimated short interest, you look back to March, it says there was 48% short interest, and you wouldn't have seen that 3 months ago looking at the same data. So I found that to be interesting, and I kind of wanted your take on it. Have you, now that you've kind of seen that, what's your take on sort of that little piece right there, that security lending volume?
Okay, so if I'm a short, right? Put it this way: people were buying and holding when we got up north of 60, right? I think a lot of people are probably looking at apes the same way. Why are they still buying and holding when the volume is dropping off? You know what I mean?
Right.
People are probably still looking at us the same way. What are they doing? And it's funny now that we're looking at shorts the same way. Like, what are these guys doing? Like, what are these guys doing?
Yeah,
you know
right,
what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
it's you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. So I personally think they're going for it. They're killing morale. You know, that people are sending me death threats like crazy, and I'm laughing like, hey, baby, look, cause show up, pop up, I'm here. Right? There's lots of things going on out there. They're trying to do all these different shit to get people to sell their shares, which is fine. You know, I mean, it's a short campaign. Apparently it's not illegal because the SEC doesn't do anything about it. But if you're gonna double down in shorts, okay, you're a short. That's what you do.
Have you ever thought about if there are like short sellers or banks or institutions that go out of their way to watch these live streams? Do you think that's something that happens on a day-to-day basis? Kind of tinfoil hatish. I'm gonna put on the cowboy hat for this since I don't own a tinfoil one, but
I know that someone that works at one of the brokers that I have knows who I am. They know my account and they watch.
Really?
They watch. That's why people are like, you sold. I'm like if I sold, I'm sure that information would have leaked a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because,
yeah.
People, I have apes that some apes that have made themselves known that have one of my accounts. You know what I mean? And they already know. They're like, dude, you could have got out a long. People already said you sold. You could have got out a long time ago. I'm like, For what?
Yeah.
For
Right.
what? When you were on Fox, I would love to see their numbers in comparison to their everyday show.
I mean, what it is just that people haven't really challenged mainstream media from a competition perspective. I think that the trust of mainstream media, it really comes back to, I'd say Watergate is kind of a point in time in which a lot of people started to lose faith in sort of the higher power. If you want to look back on that, people have always questioned, but that was like oh boy, this is pretty bad. But anyways, since then, you haven't had, competition, so to speak, against mainstream media. Now that, there's everyday people that are out here trying to change things up, it's been a different ball game. And apparently, this whole conversation is let Amy do a little bit of a rippy rip. This is not bad. Look at that.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Look, you came on the stream before. We ran up I think we were up like 9-10%. We got off the stream. There was a little bit of pullback. Get back on your stream. You start popping off again. I'm just saying, there's a trend.
Seems to make sense to me.
And the funny thing is, we didn't talk about it. We didn't say buy it. We didn't say hold it. We just spoke about the overall market and fundamentals and yada yada yada. That's it.
All right, bro. Any final words regarding what we talked about today? Anything for chat that you'd like to discuss?
No, I'm sure. I think we kind of touched on everything. I would say two things that I guess are noteworthy today. Do unto others in which the same that you wish others do unto you, right? Just like treat people fairly if you can, as much as possible. And don't let people control your emotions. If you want to get mad, but don't let anyone else have that puppeteer mentality over you. You know what I mean? Do whatever you want to do at all times. Try to do what's right by your own morals, but just do you. Don't tweet what you think people want you to tweet, or don't say what you think people want you to say. Don't do things for likes. Honesty cuts through. Just be honest. That's it.
Rock on, brother. That was huge. That's a good message to drive home, man. Well, as always, I appreciate you tuning in, bro. I can't wait to see you in Florida, and I know we'll be chatting soon.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Talk to you guys in a bit.
Take it easy, bro. Peace. My parting words for you guys. I appreciate you all immensely. At the end of the day, this is what we're all here for. What we're all here for is for people, for your neighbor, for the people on our left and on our right. What TMI said, I think this is actually worth a nickel. This is worth a couple nickels, maybe even a dime, right? Is huge. What you say should represent you, not what you think other people want to hear. I know there are a lot of people who have made comments about the new sorts of content that I put out, the different approaches that I've taken. But this is the happiest that I've been in a long time, because I'm bringing you what I feel is the right thing to do. Different perspectives, different ways of educating, different ways of entertaining. Right? It brings me a lot of joy and happiness to know I'm being true to myself. In the same way that I think other people should do the same thing, and many people are. Always stick true to you, man. Do what makes you happy. Do what you think is the right thing, not what you think other people want to see. That's it at the end of the day, man. I appreciate you all. Big, fat, nasty George W. to all of you. Much love as always. Lights, apps, and peace out.